urologist has sent you to see me so that I can teach you some things that is going to make your life a lot easier when you recover from your prostate surgery that you're going to be having in a few weeks' time. I see a lot of men like yourself, and we've found over the last number of years that if we teach you to do some exercises, that it will help you regain your control a lot quicker. So your urologist will have shown you, I'm going to just show you this picture and explain to you how your bladder works, okay? So this is a picture, a side view of a man, and this is your stomach here, and that's your bottom there, your buttocks there. This is your bladder here, and that's the tube that you pee through, called the urethra. And there's your prostate there at the base of your bladder neck. And the bladder is controlled, urine is controlled, the flow of urine is controlled by a couple of valves. One that's here, a sphincter here, and one that's about here. And they work together in a team. And they're used to working together in a team, so they close when there's urine present, and when you want to pee, they open. And the brain controls all of that. When this surgery is done and your prostate is removed, your internal sphincter is removed. So the remaining sphincter has to learn to work by itself. To add to that, for 2 weeks after your surgery, you're going to have a catheter in place that's going to go in through your penis and into your bladder, which time that sphincter is going to sit in the open position, which means it's like a cast on it. So when the catheter comes out, it's got to get back in action, and it's got to get used to working by itself. So we've learned that if we show you how to contract and strengthen this muscle here, which is called your pelvic muscle, that muscle will help to provide support for the neck of your bladder and also help to provide support for this remaining sphincter, and you get your control back a lot faster. The exercise is a relatively simple one to do. It's about contracting your rectum, and this is the rectum here. The rectum is where you pass stool through. And what we want you to do is to tighten your rectum just as if you were trying to stop gas from coming out. And when you do that, it then tightens this muscle and pulls it all the way across so that it goes from front to back, or back to front rather. And it will give you a bit of a lift underneath the scrotum at the other side so that you'll know that you've done it correctly. So the easiest way to do it is sitting in a firm chair like you're in right now. And what I'd like to ask you to do is to sit back in your chair and just relax so that you can feel all your muscles are relaxed. And then what I want you to do is to try and find that muscle that you would use to stop passing gas and to tighten that up. Can you feel that? And when you do, you should feel a little bit of a pull at the front underneath your scrotum. That's kind of your feedback, so you know that you're doing it correctly. So the exercise is very simple. It's about holding 1, 2, 3 and relaxing 1, 2, 3. And you tighten 1, 2, 3 and relax 1, 2, 3. And it's important to keep breathing while you're doing that. It's not about how tight you can get it, and it doesn't matter if you hold it. It does matter if you hold it for too long, then what happens is the contraction is lost. And so what we're hoping for is this nice wave of holding and relaxing and holding and relaxing. And it's more about the rhythm. Kind of like with weightlifting. When you're lifting a weight, it isn't this. It's more about the contraction and relaxation of the muscle that's important in getting the tone back. And so holding for 3 and relaxing for 3 and remembering to breathe and doing 10 of those at a time, 5 sets of 10 in a day. You don't have to do them at 5 separate times through the day. You can do them at short intervals. So for example, if you watch television, you can do them through the commercials of your favorite half-hour TV program, and you'll have done enough for one day. So that's a fairly simple exercise. It's important that you start to do it now so that you can get the feel for it. While you're in the hospital, this is very important. You're going to have a catheter in place. You won't do those exercises during that time. It will be very uncomfortable. As soon as the catheter comes out 2 weeks after your surgery, you'll start to do those exercises. And to start with, you may only want to do a few at a time until you see how sensitive it is. Because you will have had surgery in that area, and you may find that doing more than a few at a time is uncomfortable. The rule of thumb is do as many as you can, up to 10, and if you're having discomfort, cough and do them a little less often. You're going to come and see me a week after your catheter comes out, and I'll be able to see how well you're doing with your exercises, and if you have any questions about it, then I'll be able to go over that with you at that time. Okay?